What's up, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint. Gonna give my review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles IDW Deluxe Edition Volume 9. So stay tuned. Alright guys, got done reading Volume 9. You see I got Volumes 1 through 8 stacked up behind it. And this book was okay. You could definitely see why they had to put Slash on the cover of this bad boy, because the main story is heavily influenced by Slash. He gets possessed, unfortunately, and becomes a weapon against the Turtles, and what he does first is take out the Mutanimals. Brutally, I might add. I mean, Mondo Gecko gets his tail ripped off, the crab guy gets one of his claws ripped off, and it's pretty brutal. My biggest beef with these deluxe editions is that 1/3 of this is the Turtles. Then you get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe, which was following an Angel Alapex story with some kind of Alice in Wonderland Toad story, which was kind of terrible at first, although it did kind of pick up at the end, and it almost reminded me a lot of the Dreaming and the Sandman Vertigo franchise. The way that the Rat King and the Toad hosts are all siblings, even though they're very different and they kind of have different powers and different things that they do. So that was very reminiscent of that. This also contains the TMNT Usagi Yojimbo story, which I actually already had in this standard size hardcover, which I guess I don't need anymore. I'll probably give it away. Wasn't a good story. I mean, I like the Usagi Yojimbo stuff by Stan Sakai, but this stuff was like the Turtles didn't even know who he was. They were from a different dimension. It was kind of weird. So I guess, my biggest beef with these is, they don't really move the story forward that much. You get a handful of issues from the main title. Then you get the secondary title. Then you get this tie-in that kind of doesn't have anything to do with the main story. I'm getting a little frustrated with these deluxe editions. I mean, they're still cool to have the whole set and to keep it going, but the books get progressively worse. I think Volume 1 and the first arc of this Ninja Turtles run was awesome. The whole mythology behind the reincarnation of the Turtles and Splinter and everything. But, right now it's just a little stagnant. A lot of Mutanimal stuff where you're dealing with these Pigeon Petes and Manta Rays and all these, D-list characters that doesn't really mean anything. There is a dope-ass story at the end of this book with Shredder's granddaughter. A very, Japanese honor type of thing. But, again, nothing to really do with the Turtles, but it was an enjoyable read. Let's flip through a little bit. We'll take a look at Volume 9 and let you guys see what I'm talking about. So I mentioned during my haul, big fan of the cover art on this and the colors. I really like Slash, and I think this looks really good. You can see the spine matching up with all the other ones. It looks like the wrap of a sword. Slash sticking on the back. These have a $50 cover price, but I buy them discounted when they come out through in-stock trades. Like I said, collects issue 67 through 72 of the ongoing. Then it has Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universe, issues 9 through 15, and then that TMNT Usagi Yojimbo crossover. Here goes our table of contents. Toad Baron's Ball. That's what I was talking about, the Toad Baron. So the covers are interesting because it's very military type issues. It shows Slash is captured, everyone else is in play, but as you go to the other covers, you can see who else gets captured and etc. Slash has his smarts in the beginning, but he gets ambushed by the government agency, I forget the name, and they figure out how to kind of tap into his, nervous system and take control of him, which makes for that very brutal attack. Here it is on the Mutanimals. Almost kills Seymour Guts. You can see the hermit crab guy, I forget his name, rips off one of his claws like he's ready to eat some lobster. See, Mondo Gecko gets his tail ripped off. That was pretty gruesome. And then Hob gets away. I really like old Hob. I think I like his character. So now you can see how many of the Mutanimals are out of play. Turtles and Hob are still in play. Turtles aren't really getting along right now. Leonardo's back. they're calling themselves the what is it, the what clan? The Hamato Yoshi clan or Oroko Saki? I can't really remember. But they still kind of give Leo shit from being the tune-in for the foot. It's hard for him to try to get his brothers to follow him. Donnie's worried about his tech. Mikey's always joking. Raph's not trying to do shit. He's just trying to chill right now. Here's another one of the covers I mentioned with who's out and who's in play. They get Mondo Gecko back. Female Hob, I forget who she is. So, this issue here, TMNT Universe 9, this issue sucked. Out of nowhere, Alapex and Angel, and the art is terrible in this book, I'm sorry. I mean, all of a sudden they're on a boat, and all of a sudden they get swallowed up by this big-ass frog, and then all of a sudden they're in this Alice in Wonderland type of world with terrible artwork, very boring, uninteresting story. And I just hated it. And it went on for 2 issues. Look at this art. Her face starts looking worse and worse as it goes on. Terrible, man. Then it crosses over to issue 71 of the ongoing. And that's when it becomes more like The Dreaming. Because you have this sit-down that happens every century with this family, right? The Toad Baron, the Rat King, Katsume, I forget how you say her name, and their other sister, Kitsune. Then this whole Tigra chick or whatever. Yeah, this is very much like the Endless right here. Here's the Usagi Ojimbo storyline. I mean, I don't know what it had to do with anything in here. It was just really a filler. But, you know, it was a quick read. Just like Usagi. All Stan Sakai stuff is pretty fast read. Universe 11. So you show what happens with Manta Ray and this female Hob chick. And they run into, like, this kind of, this rogue mutant who was, like, a Jamaican war kind of veteran. And he's being hunted down by these humans that can control their mutation at will with, like, these mutagen packs on their back. Another filler story. At the end of the day, he doesn't want to team up with them and does his own thing, and they just leave. So, big deal, right? Universe 12 was dope, man. What is her name? Karai? Not really a turtle story, but it was dope, man. I really like this character, too. She comes off like a dick in the beginning, but she has honor. They make her look super swole sometimes, too. Yeah, I mean, I did enjoy it. Way better than that Toad Baron shit. See, 3 issues of this that has nothing to do with the damn Turtles. I mean, are we reading a Ninja Turtles book here, or are we reading this chick? Another one, another issue with it. Jeez. Oh, this one was kind of cool, actually. With the Hammerhead and that Falcon mutant. Oh, actually, you know what it was? It all took place over issues 12 through 15. And they just put it all together at the end. They must have been like 2-page spreads or something that all connected. But it was actually pretty dope. All right, guys, that's the review for TMNT Volume 9. You know, it was a decent read. I think I read it in 1 or 2 sittings. I would like for these books to get back to the main series and cut out all the crap, filler, you know, tie-ins and such, but, you know, time will tell on that. Let me know what you think about these volumes in the comments below. Make sure to drop that like on the way out and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Stay minty fresh. Peace.